K-pop started to gain traction globally in the mid-2000s. But one American teenager who was born around that time fell in love with Korean pop and ballads from the 80s and 90s. She covers songs by Kim Hak-rae, Yim Jae-beum, and Lee Sunhee, names that the average K-pop lover outside Korea may not be familiar with. So before we invite her, let's take a look at this clip.
가끔씩 오늘 같은 날 외로움이 널 부를 땐 내 마음속에 조용히 찾아와줘
Who we just saw was singer-songwriter and YouTuber Saree McIntosh. Hello,
Hi,
welcome.
Hello.
Wow, I have to say I got goosebumps and I was melted away by your singing in the video.
And your Korean is so good.
Oh, exactly.
Wow.
And I also have to mention, you know, the last song, especially by Yim Jae-beum, our producer who put the clip together, she said she had to listen to the song all day long because she fell in love with it.
Wow.
So, Saree, first and foremost, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay. 안녕하세요. 저는 세리입니다. 저는 18살이고 미국에서 온 가수입니다. 반갑습니다. Nice to meet you.
That was fully in Korean.
Yeah, so we have Saree McIntosh here. She's a singer-songwriter from America and is 18 years old.
Yes.
And yes, as we just heard, your Korean is amazing. I'm afraid we have a global audience, so we will continue in English from now. But first, tell us a little bit about how you learned Korean.
Wow, well, I'm still learning Korean. I'm actually attending 학원 right now. But before I moved to Korea, I studied online for about a year, just watching YouTube videos and K-dramas. And then also my dad speaks a little bit of Korean, so he taught me some Korean as well.
Amazing.
So you're right now here in Korea. How did you kind of come to Korea? And what's your reason for being here in Korea right now?
So I moved this year in early March, and I came here because I really wanted to pursue my music career and also just continue learning the language and really give it all I got.
Great. So now let's actually talk about your music. So tell us about your special relationship with Korean music first.
So my dad actually lived in Korea in the 80s, and he actually sang as well when he was here. He sang on shows like 가족 오락관, 외국인 노래자랑. So he had a love of Korean music, and then my grandfather as well fought in the Korean War. So I've grown up listening to Korean music, and I just absolutely love Korean culture, Korean music, everything.
Wow.
So you already mentioned slightly about your family. So why don't we first talk about your family's connection with Korea? So you mentioned already your father and your grandfather. So your grandfather on your mother's side, I
Yes,
believe.
correct.
So tell us about their connection to Korea.
So my grandfather fought in the Korean War, and growing up, he told me all about his stories, and he actually earned a Purple Heart during the war. So he experienced a very different Korea than my dad experienced, But growing up, I heard so many different stories and perspectives of it, so I've always had an interest.
So definitely a deeply rooted,
Yes,
I would
deep
have to say,
connection,
your connection.
definitely.
to
3
Korea.
generations.
Wow,
which
it
is,
is.
generations.
yeah,
Three
kind of
generations.
crazy.
That is amazing. Now, Saree, you are 18 years old, as you said. I think you turn 19 just next month.
Yes, next month.
But still a teenager. But you are about the age of the average K-pop idol, I would have to say.
Yes.
But interestingly, you have a big affection for Korean old pop, so songs from the 80s and 90s. So really, is there a particular reason for that preference? How did it all start?
Ooh, I think a big reason is because my dad played me those songs when I was younger. So he kind of like brainwashed me into loving this type of music. But I really love how specifically old K-pop is very emotional and seems very raw. And it's something that I really connect with. So that's why I specifically love old K-pop. But I also do love modern K-pop, like recent K-pop as well.
Of course. I think also Bella mentioned that you also like Korean old pop. Do you have
Exactly.
any examples maybe?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I can't think one on top of my head, but I do know whenever I have a playlist playing on in my car and someone gets onto my seat, they're like, tell me, be honest, you're not the age you are that I know of. You're probably like 10 years at least older than what you said because of all the old K-pop songs that I'm listening to.
But then we even have Saree in her teens, loving
So
that
maybe
genre.
you're not 18, you're...
I think we need to take a road trip together.
yes, get in my car.
All right, so you just mentioned you earlier mentioned your grandfather and your father, but we have to also talk about another family member who was actually in the video that we saw before, which is your brother.
Yes.
And you actually sing together and perform together. So tell us a little bit more about you and your brother Taylor. Is his name right?
Yes.
How does this work? How do you, make songs together? And also, you are siblings, so do you also have some arguments at times?
So my older brother Taylor, he's such a great brother, honestly. Like we're best friends and we both love music. So we've been singing together for our whole life, but pretty much these past 3 years we've really been like, let's make this happen. Let's make this a successful career. So my brother is a very talented songwriter as well, and he is also a producer. So he produces all of my YouTube videos. He makes the music for that, and he also makes his own music, which is really, really good. I'm a huge fan of his music.
Amazing.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's definitely in the blood, like your brother, you and your father singing. I also saw a clip of you and your father singing together on a show as well.
Yes.
And your father is a great singer as well. It's definitely in the DNA for sure.
Yes, my father's so talented, I think.
I really like how you said that you're a fan of your brother. I mean, I don't see many, siblings saying
Exactly.
that about each other. So
That's
really,
so lovely.
That is lovely.
So you do cover many Korean songs, right? And some of your Korean cover songs are in the original language, which is Korean, but others are also in English. So you translate them yourself. Do you have any difficulties? And what do you try to, focus most on when you translate those songs?
So I've been making these cover videos for about 3 years now. And in the beginning, I really was just learning Korean. So I didn't understand all of the lyrics. So I would go through Papago or a translator app like that, and then also ask my dad for some help. But Korean and English are very different, and the way that we write lyrics is also very different. So I think the hardest part is trying to keep the same message and same feeling of the original Korean song, but also writing it to a good English lyric that still stands strong in English. So I think the thing that I try to focus on the most is just keeping the overall emotion of the song and idea, but being able to portray it well in English.
Because
That
it's
is
always,
wonderful.
It is, yeah, and it's really difficult to translate those emotions and then actually deliver that into the cover.
Yes.
And I can tell you're doing an amazing job. Hearing the producer, was touched by your song. That just tells that you're doing an awesome job. And you said you're from the States. Do you feel the popularity of K-wave or K-pop back in your home country, or do you have any specific episodes that you've experienced?
Absolutely. I'm from Las Vegas, and I got all of my friends into K-pop, and everybody I know loves K-pop. So the K-wave has definitely made its way to Vegas, and there's been multiple concerts. Like I went to a Blackpink concert in Las Vegas.
I even haven't been to a Blackpink concert here in
Really?
Korea.
It was so amazing. I got all my friends into K-pop, and yeah, I think K-pop in America is huge.
Wow.
So do your friends also have some specific favorite K-pop groups?
So I first got them listening to Stray Kids, and they kind of got into K-pop through Stray Kids, and then New Jeans. When New Jeans formed, that's when they were like, oh my gosh, they got into K-pop, and they might be a little more obsessed with modern K-pop than me right now.
Wow, so you're actually kind of acting as an ambassador in the States, spreading the love for K-pop.
Exactly.
Do you also feel the Korean wave in other ways, not only when it comes to music?
In dance, K-pop is huge. I'm also a break dancer.
Right.
So a lot of my friends are also dancers as well.
Wow.
And we all know that K-pop is known for dancing and singing. So learning all of the dances and filming cover videos is a huge trend in America right now.
Great. Now, do you, Saree, also have a favorite K-pop idol or group? Because you mentioned your love for the 80s and 90s music, but probably also have some favorites among the younger groups.
Yes, I do. Recently, I love New Jeans, of course. New Jeans is amazing. Stray Kids as well, like I mentioned. And I also like some K-indie bands, like Wave to Earth is my most listened to band right now.
So would you also imagine yourself collaborating with one of the K-pop stars? If there is, who would you love to collaborate on?
Okay, 3 came to mind.
Okay.
Jungkook Soon is one of my favorite singers of all time. So I would love to collaborate with her. And then Felix from Stray Kids. I really like him. He's my bias in Stray Kids. So I would love to do like maybe more of a dance song with him. And then Wave to Earth. I love their music. So yes, so many. I want to collaborate with so many people.
Fantastic. And I know that you have also started as an actress. So you have probably many goals ahead of you. So can you give us a hint on how you see yourself maybe in 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What are your future plans?
Wow, I definitely want to have an album released that's of my original music, because so far I've done a lot of covers, which I love doing, but I also want to explore some of my own original music. So I'd hope to have been on a world tour and maybe be filming a movie or something. I want to continue studying Korean, so hopefully one day I can appear in like a K-drama or K-movie, something like that.
We're very excited to see you in the near future, yes.
We'd love to see all of those dreams come true in the future. And really, thank you very much for joining us today and introducing us to your music. And I have to say, it was also really a pleasure to listening to your voice throughout the past 15 or so minutes.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. And also thank you, Bella, for being our co-host for almost the entire week.
Yes.
And we're going to see you again next week.
Yes, I'll see you next week.